Hi, I'm Melissa, your free range psychic. Today is February the 9th, 2019, and it's a full moon today, the full snow moon. So it's a powerful day. I imagine people's emotions are amped up because that's what happens with a full moon. The media is trying to freak us out. I was watching a little bit of news before Joy. I like to see Joy. I'll watch her later. And I noticed that the tone is, Trump's poll numbers are up and nothing happened because of this impeachment, blah, 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 blah. And this is just spin. This is just filler. I want everybody to realize that, kind of watch this as a little interval of ginned up narrative before the House starts getting involved again. We really see what's what, because I just think that it's almost preordained. Oh, somebody didn't win something, therefore, nobody cares, blah, 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 and he's going to get away with everything. But actually, my reading has a lot to do with this aspect of things. So my tarot reading today is called White House Hit Squad. And I wanted to ask about, Barr and, these retribution firings and that kind of thing. I want to ask my guides about it. So when I do these kind of readings, I ask for the cards psychically, and then I pick them out of the deck and I ask my guides why they chose those cards. And then I get as much information as I can regarding the card. So the first card that they chose, I'm using the Gilded Tarot by Cyril Marchetti, and I do a simple Celtic cross with clarifying cards. Also, there's a oracle card for us as usual after this, and a little musical interlude at the end. This is a subject card. This is the Five of Swords. This is the attack now. This is Trump getting even after the House impeaches, and then the Senate gives him that acquittal, which is now muddied because of Mitt Romney. And, he's firing people, and he's puffing himself up. I think he might get in trouble for what he's doing. Right now he's acting as if, because the Senate didn't acquit him, there are no consequences. But that's not really true. There are going to be consequences. Maybe not right now directly, but there will be consequences for what happened. He just doesn't get it. He's obtuse. He's not the brightest or sharpest tool in the shed, as we know. But this is the attack mode, which is confirmed in the above card by the Knight of Swords. And this is, sending William Barr to, attack Hunter Biden now. And I think Lindsey Graham also calling for the investigation of Hunter Biden, which is ironic. It's going to be such a backlash for them, because then everybody's going to talk about Jared and Ivanka and Don Jr. and Eric and all these people that are like Hunter Biden on steroids. Honestly, what do you think is going to happen? That's going to come up. And pot calling the kettle black, don't throw stones at glass houses. He breaks all those rules. But he's going to turn something good for him, which is the acquittal in his mind, to something really bad. He cannot keep a narrative that is positive, or the same narrative. He has to stir things up, because he is addicted to the trauma of it, to the adrenaline of it. He needs disturbance. He needs a battle. Trump needs this. Otherwise, he feels empty inside. This is what he thrives off, this struggle. And he's not going to let anything run smoothly for any length of time. It's just who he is. And that's how narcissists are generally. There's always, trauma drama going on. And if there isn't a reason for it, they'll create a reason for it. It does, in the short term anyway, keep them in control of the narrative. keep them in control of the situation. They feel more in control when that's going on, and especially if they stir it up. That's why he likes people fighting. That's why he stirs up conflict, around his staff. He likes to pit people against each other, just like in The Apprentice, and the reality TV show that is his presidency. In the past, this is the Three of Pentacles. My guides say that this is and this comes up in a lot of my readings as a spin card. This is McConnell, Barr, and Trump, and this is them spinning this acquittal narrative to their base and to the American public, and making plans also regarding how this is going to go after the trial is over. And so they've been making these plans, what they're going to do afterwards, like call for the investigations and that kind of thing. And I believe this is also talking about the Democratic caucus and kind of messing that up. The game plan to go on. How is Trump going to win the presidency? We're going to screw up the Democratic race. We're going to, get people talking negatively about the Democratic Party, and we're going to then kind of inflate our popularity polls, things like that, and we're going to, go on the attack mode. This is all being planned previously, and obviously this is with Russia. Always Putin, always looking on here. Maybe Putin is this guy. Underneath is the Tower. So my guides say about this card that this is the Senate trial. This is the impeachment at the base of everything. This is disaster. And so, what do you do when disaster hits? Especially in this administration, where everything is about surface, you try to salvage it. You're going to try to salvage this. Although this is really what occurred. This was a disaster. In the near future, this was an interesting card, Nine of Swords. if I look off to the side, it's because I'm looking at my notes, which I made last night. So the Nine of Swords is this is the Republicans worrying about their election chances, the ones who are running, like Collins and is Murkowski running, and people who really were on the verge of voting for witnesses and that kind of thing. This is so unpopular. Maybe we're not even seeing it in the media yet, but there is going to be such a backlash against the GOP who are running for the House and the Senate, and they are worrying about it. Yeah, and this was what this fear that drives them also caused them to walk in lockstep with, except for Romney, of course, with the GOP, because they're in this fear mode all the time. They're feeling that they have to bend to the will of the administration, or they're going to lose everything. But because of that, they are going to lose everything, interestingly enough, or ironically. And then I asked for the clarifying card, and this was the Ten of Swords. So yes, what happened, the consequences I spoke about regarding the Senate trial, it's going to have major consequences for a lot of these people running. They are not going to get elected. And maybe McConnell and some of the is Graham running? I should have done my research before, but some of the big names, yeah, it's going to end them potentially. Anyway, that potentially, what happened before is going to end them. And then the clarifying card. Who should appear? The Queen of Swords. That's always Nancy Pelosi. Oh my God. Oh my God, I just loved when she ripped up that speech. She rocks. There's already t-shirts out. Rip it up, Nancy. I think that's what one of them says. She's fantastic. I love her. I thought it was fantastic that she did. I know people were appalled by it, but I thought it was wonderful. And she knows what she's doing because she has her finger on the narrative too. She's not going to let the GOP and Trump control it fully. She gets to do some of it too. So the clarifying card is Nancy Pelosi still there behind the president, making her presence felt. This is what's coming also in the future. This is she's not going away. This is all spin. The GOP Trump administration, they're trying to spin, the tower, but she's right in the back, ready to step up and initiate consequences. So when I asked for clarifying card, I did get the Page of Wands, and this is initiation. This is the beginning again of investigations, calling witnesses or working towards getting witnesses, bringing perhaps new impeachment charges. This is all going to happen pretty fast. So whatever's going on right now, I know people are feeling hopeless and scared. And if you listen to, the media, or you watch the Democratic Iowa caucus, the Democrats are feeling, or I shouldn't say the Democrats, I should say people are feeling fearful about that. But that is just temporary. It doesn't matter, really. It really doesn't matter. The caucus isn't the presidential race. And it was attacked by trolls, by Republican trolls, and also I'm sure by Russian trolls, to make the Democratic Party look bad. It was a wide open opportunity, but I think in a way it's a good thing that it happened because it now makes us hypervigilant. Okay, for all these future caucuses, we better be on our guard here. We can't let this happen again. So thank you, Russia and the GOP, for giving us a heads up now. Because if it happened later on down the road, we wouldn't have been so vigilant. We would have been unsuspecting, and we would have thought things were going along a certain road, as usual, as normal, and then something would have come and sideswiped us. We wouldn't have been prepared. Maybe we wouldn't have realized it until too late. But it's a good thing that it happened, I think, because we do need to get our act together to make sure things run as smoothly as possible without interference from the GOP trolls who did orchestrate a disruptive campaign that to flood the caucus with calls so they couldn't get updates. And I think I posted an article about that in my community page. And then I'm sure Russia's screwed with the app. God knows. There's no safeguard for them. McConnell, has denied all the bills that have asked for security on the elections, and there's nothing there. So we are really wide open. So just be discerning in some things you hear and you see. Make sure that it resonates, makes sense, because there's going to be stuff, and it's not going to be true. Really trying to ramrod the Democratic Party, but everybody has flaws. But remember that the Democrats, they got us the House. They got us governors. They did a fantastic job in 2018. This is not 2016 Redux, man. We can't go back there in terms of how we were manipulated by the Russians to undermine our faith in the Democratic Party. I think the Democratic Party rocks. Look at what they've done. Look how diverse they are. Compare the Democrats to the GOP. A bunch of nothing against you white guys. I don't mean that, but a bunch of old white guys and maybe a few women, right? And very few people of color. You look at the Democrats. Their representation, and it's so diverse. It's women and people of color and the LGBT community. It's fantastic. So remember, and progressives like AOC, it's an amazing really women, more and more woman oriented and a compassion-oriented party. Not that it hasn't tried to be that way, but I think it's more and more getting that way, and it's allowing itself to transform and change to be much more representative of the demographics of the United States than the Republican Party. Just if you have any doubts, just kind of compare and contrast. Look at photographs of who's in the House and Senate for the Democrats and who's in the House and Senate for the GOP. I think that's a pretty telling comparison. Please. So the outcome cards are the Moon clarified with the Seven of Pentacles. So I asked my guides about this, and they say this is overall the reading about how the GOP, how the Trump administration are using illusion, smoke and mirrors, just trying to figure out, like, oh, what's going to work? We're going to throw anything at the wall, see what sticks, so that they can spin this disaster to manipulate the narrative. But it's all illusion. It's all smoke and mirrors right now. So they may say, Trump is more popular than he's ever been. They may say that the economy's doing great, or however they're going to spin this, or deflecting everything back to the Democrats. But the guides are asking us again to be discerning, because this is all just smoke and mirrors. They're just trying to use this interval time where we're uncertain and things are not clear for us to come in and spin the narrative so that we're we're more open to believing their lies, their deceptions, their gaslighting. So this is really about gaslighting and trying to see what is going to work for us. So it's just a warning for us to not fall for it, because it will pass. The sun will come out again. We will see the truth. We will have the House really starting with Nancy really starting to command our attention, and things are going to move forward in that way. Not going to be good for the Trump administration. So this is just this interim time where the GOP are trying to catch a breather and spin the situation and make it seem that it's fine. It's even great for them because of look how popular they are, but it's not true. I am going to read our oracle card that was chosen for us by my guides. This is from the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey Demarco. This is the back of these cards. Fitting for the full moon. And this card is full moon. Power. Step into your true power. Shine brightly. Do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. I have power. It is real. Go outside on a clear night and look up. Hopefully, you'll see the stars a-twinkling. If you really are lucky, you might see the swirling Milky Way spilling across the darkness. And then there she is, the big full moon, unmistakable in her glory and power. She moves the earth itself, stabilizes it into orbit. She releases and pulls the seas. She is the object of devotion, the inspiration of poems, the realm of goddesses. And she has witnessed the very first of us rise up on two legs and venerate her. Generation after generation, we have stood barefoot under the same moon, wishing, setting intentions, dancing, and drawing her graceful power. You are made of the very swirling matter that she is, the stuff of stars. You are pure possibility. changing constantly, renewing and transforming. Take this moment to recognize that power. Take this moment to recognize that power and rejoice in it. For your next step is the precursor to your future self. And the companion stone or metal is moonstone. So I believe I'm wearing moonstone with some crystal. I hope I can see the full moon tonight. It's supposed to snow, so I doubt it. But because it's the full snow moon, it's very appropriate that it snows. I wish everybody a happy full moon day today. I always take this time to let people know I'm available for readings. I do past life readings. I can read whatever's going on in the present, past, future. I'm a medium. And also I love to introduce people to their guardian angels. Everybody take care. I hope you enjoyed the musical interlude at the end that I had mentioned. And I am sending you my love. I think you guys are fantastic. I want to give a shout out to all my old subscribers and welcome my new subscribers, and please participate. I feel this is a community that's that I really love, and I find is really uplifting for me. I read all of your comments and I try to answer all of your questions. I do my best. So again, sending my love to you, and take care now, okay? I'll be back soon.